top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts Bringing Value Home. DPP withdraws Lamborghini charges against the MOHAMEDS. V-PAC fires back RUBISHES FG and PM claims on parliamentary seat allocation rotation, calls them duplicitous. Local Content Act of 2021 to be revised to boost Guyanese involvement in oil and gas sector, Minister BHARRAT. Nightly News' investigative journalist to receive prestigious HARBOUR Journalism Award. 2 other staff nominated for other awards. And in sport, 2025 FIBA Women's Championship tips off. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Thursday, 13th November 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what you should know this evening. Charges related to the importation of a luxury car by Azruddin Mohammed have been withdrawn by the Director of Public Prosecutions. More details in this Travis Chase report.
The Director of Public Prosecutions has officially discontinued charges filed by the Guyana Revenue Authority against leader of the We Invest in Nationhood Party, Azruddin Mohammed, citing legal considerations arising from an ongoing extradition request by the United States government. The charges were connected to Mohammed's importation of a Lamborghini luxury car. In a press statement issued on Wednesday, the DPP chambers confirmed that the discontinued charges included marking and subscribing to a false declaration to the Guyana Revenue Authority, contrary to Section 217(1)A of the Customs Act, Chapter 8201, and knowingly being involved in fraudulent evasion, contrary to Section 218(E) of the Customs Act, Chapter 8201. According to the DPP, these charges were filed by the GRA before Guyana received a formal request from the United States government seeking the extradition of Mohammed. However, according to the DPP's chambers, the decision to discontinue the matters followed careful consideration of the ongoing extradition proceedings, as well as, quote, all relevant legal principles, including international comity, appropriateness, and fairness to the defendant. Last week, a multi-million-dollar tax charge against the duo were also withdrawn and discontinued by the Guyana Revenue Authority. The GRA has claimed that following an extensive audit of the company's gold export records and financial statements, there was alleged underreporting. The extradition case involving Mohammed remains ongoing at the Georgetown Magistrates Court. Azruddin Mohammed and his father Nazar Mohammed were released on $150,000 bail each when they appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates Court before Magistrate Judy Latchman. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
The General Secretary of Vigilant Political Action Committee, V-PAC, has all but rubbished what the leaders of Forward Guyana and the People's Movement said about his party. He stopped short of calling them blatant liars. Find out more from Marvin Cato.
With regard to leader of the list, yes, Amanzi, you're there on recording. You agreed to make me leader of the list.
That was the General Secretary of Vigilant Political Action Committee, V-PAC's, Francis Bailey, shedding insight into the ongoing social media row between the former coalition partners. V-PAC's General Secretary stopped short of calling the leaders of his party's former coalition partners blatant liars.
We could not get from them a yes or no on whether they would honor that agreement. All the way up to election is after election, Amanzi now start to change things up.
Bailey was adamant that before the election, when he spoke of the sharing of the seat or seats garnered after the election, there were no objections to his utterances. However, after the election and the party acquiring a single seat, things apparently changed.
This movement is effectively being destroyed by 2 people that have chosen dishonesty, duplicity, and self-serving interests over service to people.
He is of the view that the two coalition leaders are putting self over the movement and has caused the destruction of a beautiful thing.
Manza herself asked me if I would go to Parliament. Why would a Manza do that? We had a common understanding. What Darwin added for me is that we had an agreement now that even if it came down to one seat, we would rotate that.
Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
The $3 billion Diamond Grove to Good Success Road project is finally completed and promises a major boost to the traffic situation, moving away from the constant traffic congestion commuters, residents, and the business community had to endure over the past months. Here's that story.
The $3 billion project, which was awarded in 6 lots and executed by 6 contractors, is finally completed. According to the Ministry of Public Works, the project catered for the demolition of the existing carriageway, which was then reconstructed and widened by 9.14 meters to a new width of 17.14 meters. The scope of work entailed comprehensive construction activities, including excavation to a depth of 62 inches, followed by the placement and compaction of highway materials. The ministry further explained that the works employed advanced geotechnical and geosynthetic technologies such as geotextile reinforcement, geocell confinement, and a specifically formulated asphalt mixture designed to endure the high traffic loads characteristic of the East Bank corridor. Works commenced earlier this year and saw residents, businesses, and commuters having to experience months of discomfort. However, that ordeal is finally over. With the completion of this project, commuters expressed pleasure with the new improvements.
It's very nice. I like the spaciousness of it. It's good parking, and the traffic's flowing much better now.
I mean, I have 3 trucks. I do in a business out there, and I do really appreciate the way how it's done. Well, before there was a lot of hiccups, but now that it's finished, I mean, I feel very good about it. You know?
This is something that we've been looking for a long time. And I mean, we went through a great struggle, you know, during the course of when they was doing the road and everything. But now for the finished work, I can say that, yeah.
The Public Works Ministry had previously stated that the significance of upgrading the East Bank corridor was as a result of the thoroughfare enduring significant stress resulting from both the volume of vehicular traffic as well as the weight of trucks. With the new thoroughfare now completed, it can now comfortably handle the high volume of traffic and subsequently reduce commute time. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
We have more news for you. Stay tuned.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save up to $50,000 on select fridges. Get a free grill or mixer with select stoves and more. Need to upgrade your home? Get smart TVs from as low as $32,999. Plus, shop today and pay later. And make your first payment in 30 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends April 23, 2025.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Krishna Rolf Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Manripo, East Coast, and Marara, or call 220-9624-629-4021 or 619-7880. At Krishna Rolf Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Watching the HGP Nightly News, the Local Content Act of 2021 will be revised by the Guyana government in an effort to boost Guyanese involvement in the oil and gas industry. This is according to Minister of Natural Resources, BHARRAT. Antonio Day has been following that story.
We have started the consultation process. Many companies, many business entities would have already received a correspondence from Michael, the director of the Local Content Secretariat, for submission towards the Schedule 1 of the local content legislation. That is the 40 carve-outs that we have in Schedule 1.
That was Minister of Natural Resources BHARRAT during the signing ceremony of the Petroleum Exploration License and Petroleum Agreement and S4 Block. The 2021 Local Content Act first schedule outlines 40 areas in which Guyanese can participate by providing services and supplying goods. The government plans to expand these areas and modify the goals for the current work categories set aside for local involvement, Minister Barrett outlined.
The new fiscal regime which will be applied to this agreement, where taxes now will move from 0 to 10%. And I believe that this is actually the fourth agreement that we are signing under the new fiscal regime.
In December 2021, the National Assembly passed the Local Content Act. It is designed to control how businesses in Ghana's oil and gas industry hire workers, purchase services, and acquire goods. Barrett noted that the modification of the current Local Content Act will ensure the inclusion and equity between local and foreign companies, particularly in the oil and gas sectors. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal has rejected a proposal by opposition member of Parliament Dr. Terence Campbell to amend the Natural Resources Fund NRF Act. Diana Cole explains.
Following a proposal by APNO Member of Parliament Dr. Terence Campbell to repeal and substitute Section 16 of the Natural Resource Fund NRF Act, Attorney General Anil Nandlal said the proposed amendments are not eligible for parliamentary consideration.
The National Assembly cannot proceed to debate or deal with a matter if that matter is sub judice or sub judice, meaning that it is pending in the court system of our country. That rule is one that is grounded in the separation of powers doctrine.
Nandlal added that Campbell is attempting to rewrite a law in Parliament while challenging it in the judiciary, something he said violates the basic principles of democracy and separation of powers.
And in some cases, the executive and Parliament intersect in their functional responsibilities. But the judiciary is always independent of and separate from these two other branches.
Currently, the NRF Act requires all withdrawals from the fund to be deposited into the Consolidated Fund for National Development and Disaster Relief Projects. Campbell's version proposes changing the wording so that revenues would be used for infrastructure and development projects, including initiatives aimed at achieving an inclusive green economy.
You can't win 12 seats at an election and want to make objections to the government legislation that hardly makes material difference or material differences. You may not like the language in which it is expressed, and you want to change the language, you need to win an election and win the government.
In February 2024, Campbell filed legal proceedings against the Attorney General, challenging the constitutionality of Section 16 of the NRF Act. The AG highlighted that Campbell's proposed changes mirror what he is seeking in court, reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We will tell you now that our very own Travis Chase will receive the prestigious HARBOUR Journalism Award for his exemplary work in the field of journalism when Demrock Music and Entertainment hosts its award ceremony Friday evening at the National Cultural Center. 2 other staff right here from HGP TV were also nominated for their work in the arts. Antonio Day sat down with event coordinator Sean Demrock McAllister and filed this report.
Sean Demrock McAllister is a Guyanese-American entrepreneur and creative who is the organizer of the Demrock Music and Entertainment Awards, which recognize and celebrate Guyanese artists and creatives. McAllister provided an outline of the red carpet event scheduled for Friday, November 14 at the National Cultural Center in an exclusive interview with Nightly News on Tuesday.
So we have 23 categories and 75 nominees. We have people that we're honoring like Tamika Marshall, Jomo, and a few more.
McAllister noted that a category was also created to highlight the works of podcasters and media personnel. Nightly News' investigative journalist Travis Chase will receive the prestigious HARBOUR Journalist Award in recognition of his significant contributions to the local media fraternity and community. Artist Melody Thomas, who is also the content creator at HGP TV and the face behind Inside Culture and Red Room, has received 2 major nominations: Best Reggae Female Artist of the Year and Best Cultural Podcast of the Year, shared with Nightly News' sport anchor and content creator Delwyn Neblett for their outstanding work on HGP TV's Inside Culture. McAllister established the Demrock Music and Entertainment Awards to support and highlight Guyanese talent, with the first compilation album project launching in 2016.
I started a project called Rep 592, where it comprises of all Guyanese artists on a compilation album. We're up to volume 11 now, where you can actually stream that music for free on Audio Mac. And over the years, I always challenge myself to always up the level of everything that I'm doing.
With an established musical career, the Guyanese-American producer said he acknowledged the talent of many Guyanese and stated he is one of those who will make sure local artists are exceptional in the creative industry.
Over the years, artists have gotten better, and I just wanted to create a platform where our creatives are celebrated in the best way that I know.
McAllister launched his clothing brand in 2006, based on a personal brand that incorporates his Guyanese heritage. The name Demrock is derived from Demerara and Wizrock, a scheme in Linden, Guyana. Sean resides in Atlanta, Georgia, and made it clear that he represents the Golden Arrowhead anywhere he travels. McAllister stated his mantra is to push young Guyanese creatives beyond their limits.
Pushing the envelope on artist development, creating different projects, coming up with different ideas on how I can better promote our music and entertainment culture, our creatives.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned, we have more news for you.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Did you know ExxonMobil's Hammerhead project will bring even more direct benefits to Guyanese? Hammerhead is the 7th offshore project in Guyana, and it will add to the nation's growing oil revenue. Oil revenues already account for 37% of Guyana's 2025 budget, and Hammerhead will boost this contribution even further. This means new opportunities, expanded education in the hinterland, and modern technology services to improve healthcare delivery nationwide. Since oil production started offshore, long-term investments have opened doors for Guyanese, shaping the industry and local economy for generations to come.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save up to $50,000 on select fridges. Get a free grill or mixer with select stoves and more. Need to upgrade your home? Get smart TVs from as low as $32,999. Plus, shop today and pay later. And make your first payment in 30 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends April 23, 2025.
You with the HGP Nightly News. As we continue, the Ministry of Health has launched its Colorful for Health Living Recipe Book, a new initiative aimed at encouraging better dietary habits among Guyanese to combat chronic non-communicable diseases. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
The Ministry of Health's Food Policy Division has launched its Colorful Cooking for Healthy Living Recipe Book. In his remarks, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony said the book is significant as more Guyanese are being diagnosed with chronic non-communicable diseases such as high blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes.
We probably have maybe about 30,000 persons in Guyana that are coming to our institutions for diabetes. And if one thing is to diagnose them and to work with them on their treatment, but if they're not controlled, then inevitably they'll have complications.
Dr. Anthony explained that some of these complications include kidney disease, eye problems that can lead to blindness, and ulcers on the legs.
We have seen over the last couple of years where persons with diabetes would progress with these complications. And in fact, a lot of the patients that we have on dialysis now are patients who probably have diabetes.
He emphasized that many of these conditions can be prevented by making smarter dietary choices.
Plant-based diet is one of the best ways that we can get our nutrients. One, it's filling, but more importantly, it's nutritious.
The health minister noted that with the launch of this initiative, the ministry hopes to encourage citizens to be more mindful of what they consume.
We have to start managing our portion sizes. So one is the content of what we eat, to have proper balance in what we eat, to make sure that we are not consuming too much of these ultra-processed foods because they are harmful. We have to look at what we're drinking so that we drink things that are more appropriate to our diet.
Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
Filaria worms can live in your body for years.
Mom, what's filaria?
Jason, it's an infection from worm that spreads through mosquito bites. And if we don't take the pills, we can get really sick.
And it's not just about us. If one of us has it, then mosquitoes can spread it to the whole neighborhood.
That sounds scary. What should we do?
Simple. We take the pills together when the health worker comes around, and that way we're safe.
Right. Healthy family, healthy community, no excuses.
What we are talking about, filaria gonna get knocked out, TKO.
Fruta full of vibes. Say hello to your new favorite sip, Fruta Mango Passion. This tropical combo of mango and passion fruit delivers a bold flavor and wholesome goodness. It's fruity, it's vibrant, and it fits right into your day. Grab your Mango Passion can today and live fruitfully. Nice. Fruta.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. I'm Antonio D. Here's what you need to know in the regional and international diaspora. We begin with news in Haiti. Haiti has been identified among 16 countries and territories worldwide by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization and World Food Program of a major hunger emergency with acute food insecurity set to worsen between now and May 2026, putting millions of lives at risk. A report released by the two UN agencies identifies 6 that are at the highest risk of famine or catastrophic hunger, namely Sudan, Palestine, South Sudan, Mali, Haiti, and Yemen. The report notes that in these areas, some communities are projected to reach famine or near famine conditions. Other countries of very high concern include the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Myanmar, Nigeria, Somalia, Syria, and Afghanistan. Additional hotspots include Burkina Faso, Chad, Kenya, and the situation of Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh. The United Nations said that acute food insecurity means families cannot meet their basic food needs and often resort to desperate measures, such as skipping meals or selling essential possessions. Still with news in the Caribbean, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service on Wednesday officially launched Operation Festive Shield, which is described as a nationwide security initiative designed to safeguard citizens, businesses, and visitors throughout the 2025 Christmas season and the Carnival 2026 period. Trinidad and Tobago is under a state of emergency that ends in January next year. So far this year, more than 300 people have been murdered. Last year, the country records 624 murders. The TTPS said that Operation Festive Shield is built on 4 primary pillars, namely increased foot and mobile patrols, strategic placement in shopping districts, transport hubs, entertainment zones, and public gathering areas, as well as targeted operations against repeat offenders and emerging criminal threats using real-time intelligence. The police said that they were urging citizens to stay vigilant and safeguard their personal belongings, utilize secure cash in transit services when handling large sums, and report suspicious activity immediately. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is strategically deployed, coordinated, and operationally ready. We will safeguard public safety, protect commercial activity, and ensure security throughout the festive season. Criminal elements will find no comfort this Christmas and Carnival period, the police added. And finally, with international news. President Donald Trump has signed a spending bill to reopen the government and end the longest shutdown in the U.S. history. He signed the short-term budget into law just hours after the House of Representatives voted 222 to 209 to approve it on Wednesday night, and 2 days after the Senate narrowly approved the same package. In the Oval Office, Trump said, and I quote, "The government would now resume normal operations after people were hurt so badly from the 43-day shutdown." Many government services have been suspended since October, and around 1.4 million federal employees have been on unpaid leave or working without pay. Food aid has also been left in limbo, and air travel has been disrupted nationwide. Government services are expected to reopen in the coming days, while disruptions to air travel will likely ease ahead of the looming Thanksgiving holiday. The Federal Aviation Administration had reduced air traffic because of the staff shortages owing to the shutdown. That has brought us to the end of Thursday's edition of the Regional News. I'm Antonio Day. Goodbye and be safe.
Let's now join Delwyn Neblett for HGP's Sports Pulse.
Good evening, Guyana. I'm Delwyn Neblett with your HGP TV Sports Pulse for today, Thursday, November 13, 2025. We begin tonight with chess. The Guyana Chess Federation recently announced that Guyana's national junior champion, Kyle Couchman, recently became our nation's first junior player to surpass the 2,000 ELO rating mark. At only 15 years old, Couchman is now the youngest Guyanese to ever achieve this historic milestone. According to the October FIDE rating list, Couchman is now ranked number 2 overall among active Guyanese, closely behind senior national champion CM Tafin Khan. The ELO rating system, named after Hungarian-American physics professor and chess master Arpad Ilo, measures the relative strength of a player compared to other players and was first officially adopted by the US Chess Federation in 1960, then by the FIDE in 1970. Moving into squash, as a direct consequence of Hurricane Melissa, the 2025 Caribbean Area Squash Association Senior Championships, which was scheduled for Jamaica, will now be hosted in Guyana at the National Racquet Center on Wolford Avenue from November 23 to 29. Guyana quickly stepped up to host the event for a second consecutive year following the devastation on our CARICOM neighbor island. Team Guyana will be hunting a fifth straight overall title after a clean sweep of all team events in 2024. Moving into football, the Guyana Police Force Regional Division 4C, in collaboration with the Hamza Boss and Legal Entertainment, successfully hosted a five-a-side football tournament at the Cove and John Police Station compound on Wednesday. Teams representing headquarters, subdivision numbers 1, 2, and 3, and the Victoria Kings enjoyed spirited competition, which saw the Kings emerge as champions, defeating subdivision number 2, 6-1 in a dominating final. Third place went to subdivision number 3, representing the Mahaika Police Station, who also secured a commanding 5-1 victory over subdivision number 1. At the closing ceremony, the tournament's MVP award was presented to Dennis Bishop for his outstanding performances throughout the competition, as Assistant Commissioner K. Parshram extended heartfelt congratulations to the organizers for promoting unity and morale through positive recreational activities within the Regional Division 4C, as well as to the champions Victoria Kings and all participating teams for demonstrating excellent sportsmanship, teamwork, and camaraderie. Into basketball, action commenced in the 2025 FIBA Women's Caribbean Championship with two fixtures at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall in Georgetown on Wednesday. In the first game, Jamaica made an early statement asserting their dominance with a blowout 86-47 victory over Suriname. Tiffany Reynolds was excellent all around with a game-high 26 points, as well as 9 rebounds and 5 assists. In game number 2, the host Guyana also started well by securing a commanding 102-75 victory over the Bahamas. Amisha Ramlal put up a game-high 33 points as Ruth Adams added 22 points in a winning effort. FIBA Caribbean Women's Championship action resumes today at 16 hours 30 with the Bahamas taking on Suriname, and then at 20 hours 30, Team Guyana will take on the USVI. And finally, in cricket, New Zealand secured a series win against the West Indies after a commanding 8-wicket victory in the 5th and final T20 International on Wednesday. Batting first after being sent in, the Windies were bowled out for 140 in 18.4 overs, as player of the match Jacob Duffy picked up 4 for 35 and James Neesham picked up 2 for 31. Romario Shepherd played well for 36 from 22 as Robman Powell top scored for the Windies with 38 from 32. When New Zealand responded, they reached 141 for 2 in just 15.4 overs on the back of an unbeaten 47 from Devon Conway and 45 from Tim Robinson. Both Shamar Springer and Romario Shepherd picked up 1 wicket for the Windies in a losing effort as New Zealand claimed the series 3-1. The Player of the Series award also went to Jacob Duffy for his consistency with the ball. That's it for this edition of the HGP TV Sports Pulse. I'm Delwyn Nevlet reminding you to stay in the game.
DPP withdraws Lamborghini charges against the Mohammeds. V-PAC fires back RUBISHES, FG and PM claims on parliamentary seat allocation rotation. Local Content Act of 2021 to be revised to boost Guyanese involvement in the oil and gas sector, Minister BHARRAT. Nightly News' investigative journalist to receive prestigious HARBOUR Journalism Award. 2 other staff nominated for other awards. And in sport, 2025 FIBA Women's Championships tips off. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA Grant. Thanks for watching.